Hello and welcome to PaxAriaGaming. This is Reg with episode 1 of Nioh 3. All right. So what is Nioh 3 about? It's a sort of a story about an alternate history in
Spirit
Japan.
stones.
Oops, I'll stop talking.
Shining stones imbued with humankind's never-ending dreams. Their radiance harbors two kinds of power. The first is that of total destruction. The second is the power of rebirth that nurtures and heals life. Since time immemorial, this power has been the impetus for human wars. And then, Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu put an end to this bloody history and ushered in peace. Eventually, one of his two grandchildren will be chosen to continue this peace. Time passed. The ceremony that displays the new shogun's authority, both within and beyond the country's borders, would soon begin. Are you listening, Lord Takechiyo? You will become shogun soon.
Fuku, that's enough. I think Takechiyo's better suited to be an
Lord
artist.
Kunimatsu.
I do like it, though. It's about time, no? Go to the mirror and get ready for training.
This is basically our opportunity for character creation. So either my character, who's this guy, or the guy who's talking, would become the next shogun.
We must work on your regal glare, if you are to become a proper shogun.
Okay, so since this is a sort of a fantasy semi-open world, or it's not a true open world because you can't go anywhere you want. They guide you, but within particular regions, you can do some exploring. It's a little bit more open than the previous games, so it's not as open as what can I compare it to? It's not as sorry. My voice here. It's not as open as Crimson Desert, which is a game I just completed. And because it's a fantasy type game, I'm going to make him look sort of otherworldly. We'll do that.
How often have I arranged your hair like this, I wonder?
Even though he's not otherworldly. I mean, I guess he's Japanese. This is Japan in the 1500s, 1400s. I think we're going to do some time skips. So there are going to be different periods where we are. Let's give him white hair. Make him look really otherworldly. This is taking place during the same period as Assassin's Creed Shadows, interestingly enough. And I usually don't spend more than like 1 minute or so making characters. So I'm actually already spending more time than I usually do with the character. So we'll just do this and stop. We're not gonna change his facial shape or body type or any of those kinds of things. You know, he seems to be young, so I won't give him a beard or anything like that. Which I'm guessing was relatively rare in Japan back in those days anyway, so we're not going to do that. Okay, now that we've done that, this entire episode is basically a prologue, by the way. A little spirit animal.
Let's go. Munonori awaits us at the dojo.
1622 at Edo Castle. So we have a compass. We don't have a map yet. So we're heading to the dojo. We're going to follow this chap. I'm just looking around to see if there's any loot. What I do remember about the previous games, I played Nioh 1 and 2, by the way, and they were fun games.
Lord Moninoli is waiting in the back.
Got it. There's tons of loot in a game to find.
Ah, you've arrived. All right, hurry up and choose a weapon to practice with.
So at this stage, it really doesn't matter which weapon you choose. The other thing is you're going to be finding tons of weapons in the game.
So long as you master it.
So
First,
don't
focus on choosing something that you feel comfortable with.
All right, this is just teaching him how to engage in combat. Don't feel like you're obligated to sort of stick with one weapon type. What I'm going to try to do is to go with the dual swords and dual katanas, because we are going to get a ninja version as well.
Oh,
this is the samurai
so
side of
that's
things.
the weapon you've chosen?
I think it's Hondo is going to teach us the ninja stuff when we get to him.
Then I'll choose this one.
You will be finding tons of weapons, by the way. I promise you that. I mean, if it's anything like the previous Niohs, you will be finding weapon after weapon after weapon.
Let
an
us
armor
begin
set.
The bout. Bow to each other.
How do I do that? Okay. All right. Nope. Let's try that again.
Is something the matter?
Yeah, buddy. I'm trying to figure out how to bow. That's not how to bow. Because I'm not following the guy's instructions to hit R1 and... Yeah, I haven't had my coffee, so I'm a little slow. I'm a little slow. Where is bowing? And people are probably shouting at the video saying, "Dude, it's R1 plus the little button." There we go. Okay. So
watch your opponent closely. Otherwise, you'll miss. Direct your attention to Lord Kinematsu.
There are going to be a number of tutorials in this prologue, by the way. Just so you know, this is the first one.
The ceremony may be soon.
And then after this, we'll put some of this to the test, and then we'll have another little training session.
Quick attacks let you move first, while strong attacks consume more ki. Remember that.
Right, that's similar to the previous games.
Performing a ki pulse after an attack allows you to quickly recover ki.
The problem with that is going to be when you get your ninja side and you do that, it's gonna be confusing. I never remap my controller at all, but this is one example where I might want to. Because right now it works perfectly fine the way it's supposed to, but when you get to your ninja style, it's going to keep switching you between samurai and
not
ninja.
Bad. Now it's my turn.
But attacking isn't everything. You have to defend yourself too.
This is similar
Sometimes you
to
dodge, or sometimes you block and try to counterattack.
this is similar to the previous Nioh games with the tutorials, by the way. Yikes. One of the things I do remember about the other games is that there are some pretty difficult bosses.
Your skills sharpening.
And it does mean you probably should explore more, just so you can level up. I know there are people who don't like exploring in games. I've seen people play Crimson Desert without exploring, then wonder why they're not able to do certain things. Well, you didn't explore. I mean,
you can unleash all your
so in this one, it's not as open as that. So exploring is not that big of a deal. There we go. It's going to take me a while to remember all of the various, how to use certain skills. The attacks are easy. I mean, it's sort of standard for this, for the Nioh games. And the mechanics seem pretty smooth.
Excellent. Hone your skills in battle. Unleash
not too
martial
bad.
arts. And then follow attacks with key pulses. These are the basics for a samurai.
Use medicine to heal your wounds when injured.
Okay. It's already set there in our shortcuts, so we'll use it.
Now, let's put it all together. Make use of both offensive and defensive strategies and defeat Lord Kanematsu.
Will today be the day you finally defeat me? Come, show
yeah,
me
because
your
I sort of have
strength.
to. I don't know how he hit me when I was dodging out of the way. Yeah, one of the things you want to remember is to keep your guard up unless you're not attacking, and then you can let your guard down to refill your ki. Because if you keep it up, it's going to refill slowly. But if you're not guarding like this, it refills faster. And there are going to be things that you can level up and items that you find in the game, like some of the charms that will help that. Even some of the even some of the weapon sets might actually help. I don't remember what all the weapons did in the game. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not I'm going to play more as a samurai or as a ninja. In the previous games, you didn't have a choice; you were a samurai. Or ninja, I can't remember. You were only one. You weren't able to switch between both styles.
Lord Takechiyo.
Of course. Of course. I'm not gonna let the little scrub beat on me.
I got careless, that's all. It won't happen again.
Huh?
Okay. Looks like
That is odd.
the yokai have arrived. Damn. They've arrived in force. Wow. Wow. Threw her into a well. Okay. don't know what that is. This is awful. Okay, so I'm guessing my character is going to have to escape all of this since this is happening in the prologue. Okay. Tower Ninja.
Why are you still here? The castle
Tori
has
Konzo.
fallen to yokai.
He is another character from Japanese history.
I'll clear the way. Escape underground.
And was also a character in AC Shadows, which is really interesting. I'm like, wow. Okay.
A yokai? What is going on here, Takechiyo?
Okay, so we need
Stay
to...
alert.
Yeah, buddy. All right. All right. We're going to do another once around to see if there's no loot. And I guess it wouldn't make sense to have a ton of loot in the opening little area. But just wanted to make sure. So now we're going to follow the instructions and escape this place. Or at least attempt to. And if you wanted to, you could go over and grab another weapon. Okay, we do have loot.
How could something like this
we
come
have
to
a memory.
pass? On the day a new shogun was to be chosen.
Oh, it's going to happen today. Ah.
You must remain vigilant. The castle is infested with yokai. Lord
Escape the
Takechiyo,
castle.
Lord Kinematsu. I will do whatever it takes to defend you both.
Yep, I remember this. So if you execute a key pulse, it clears away the residual
Remain
stuff from the
calm
yokai.
and focus on the enemy's movements.
Kind of hard. But then again, my character is not very high level at this point.
Be on guard.
Takechiyo, use your strength. Finish the fiend.
Oh, okay, got it. Hit triangle when you're. Okay, there we go. When he's down, and then you get to use your special attack. But you can only use it when. You can only use it when the gauge is full, which
It harbors extraordinary power.
I have to pay attention to when to use that. I don't remember any of those kinds of mechanics from the other games. They were there.
It's been years since my last real battle,
but
somehow I got out of there alive. But new yokai will appear soon. You two, leave here at once.
Yeah, that's what you told us. You told us to escape.
Say, my father Sekishusai split a massive rock that a Tengu had transformed into. Now it's my turn!
Okay. I could have just jumped over the fence.
There's a well up ahead, just past the inner gate. From there, you can escape underground. It is my duty to protect you from the yokai. Fret not. I'll be along as soon as I'm done.
I see. My thanks, Munenori. Takechiyo, Let's continue.
Lord Takechiyo, I pray for your safety. I have no doubt that you will be an exceptional shogun.
Okay. Okay, so some of these spirit animal thingies are borrowed, and some will be permanent. So I'm not quite sure how long they're borrowed for.
He forced himself this far in spite of his injuries. I won't let his efforts be in vain. We will survive this.
Okay, jumping is easy. I'm guessing there's going to be a double jump as well. Ah, here we go. The return of the shrines. And a little Kodama, which you will find throughout the game. And whenever you find them, you should send them back. I guess you wouldn't just find them and ignore them. When you find them, you send them back to the shrine, and they bestow a blessing upon you.
Yokai have already made it this far.
I don't know how many are in the game.
Stand a chance.
I think in the first Nioh there was a specific number in the game. I guess there's always a specific number now that I think about it. So in this game it's going to be a little bit different because you have the Jizo statues as well. I think there are 3 different kinds of blessings that you can get in this game. I don't remember there being more than just the Kodama blessings in the previous games.
Peaceful world. Was it nothing more than a fleeting dream?
So it's motivating you to explore, right? Because if you don't explore, you won't get the buffs that those blessings can give you.
I'm glad to see you both unharmed.
And if I were just playing the game myself and not recording for content, I would be playing it in Japanese. I like the authentic feel of games when I'm playing in their native language. Okay, let's talk to Hanzo. But when I'm recording for
Even us
content...
ninja have been pushed to the very brink. No one can tell what the future will hold for us. Let's go over some of the ninja techniques I shared.
Okay, so this is the second little tutorial. So style shift. You hit R2, you switch from samurai to ninja and back.
Yeah. Now you suddenly look the part of a ninja. Doesn't look like you have a weapon fit for a ninja, though.
So
Guess there's no way around it. Get a weapon from one of my fallen men around here. Let me know.
I'm going to choose the dual swords to match the dual katanas. Only because I figure the play style would be similar for both.
Is that the weapon you'd like?
I really would like the PaxAriaGaming, but I'm not going to.
Enemies, get ready.
And again, you're not locked into the weapons. You know, so when they tell you choose a weapon, it makes it seem like you're locked in, but you're not. You can play with any weapon. Now, when you add skill points, you need to be sort of careful because you want to add skill points to the weapon type that you have. But if you get enough ninja scrolls, you'd be able to unlock multiple weapons and use them. So there's no downside to mastering more than one kind of weapon. Okay, so ninjutsu, you have, now I'm in samurai mode. And if you're struggling to tell which is which, you can look to the bottom right corner of this screen, and you'll see that he's in samurai mode. We only have one stance right now, right? Typically, we'll end up with 3 stances: a low, medium, and high stance. When you switch, you'll see the shuriken and a little firebomb. And so you'll know your ninjutsu as well.
Enemy unleashing a powerful attack is
Now,
also vulnerable.
when you get into the
Use that
game
opening
and
to
you
your
switch,
advantage and counterattack.
you'll have different different armor. You have ninja armor versus samurai armor. Okay, so what I was supposed to do there is use R2, and I don't know that I ever did that in this episode because the freaking red light looks so darn intimidating. But eventually I do start using R2. If you use R2 when he does the red attack, it stuns him and you can get some free hits in. It probably damages his ki as well. And he's doing it a lot. I'm guessing that was part of the whole tutorial to sort of teach you to do that. And when you don't do that, this is what happens. You die. So I'm going to sort of stick with showing one death when I die in the game instead of showing 5 or 6 if there's 5 or 6 that happen. But I will always show you one, so you don't have to worry about, oh, man, this guy is really good. No, I'm not that good. I love these games, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that I'm the greatest thing at them. They're fun. I have played every Soulsborne game there is. I struggle. They're very difficult games. The most difficult games I think I've ever played are those types of FromSoft games. And I played them all and loved them all. And some of them I've played multiple times because I love them so much, even with all the struggle. So I don't put this in that category.
Enemy, get ready.
But they are hard
Use
bosses.
the ninja's swift movements to confuse your opponent, then strike.
So I think part of the strategy for me, as I work my way through the game, is to always be like 2 levels ahead of the region that I'm in. And we haven't unlocked the map yet, so you can't really see. But once you unlock the map, you'll see that it has a little bit like some other games where you have a region and it's a level 6 region, and then the next region over is a level 8 region. So if you skip the level 6 and you go right to level 8, that region to play, you're going to find the enemies much more difficult. So the hint in that is don't do that. Just go and sort of explore the lower ranked region, get your XP, level up, and then you're ready to move on to the next one.
As a ninja, you should make use of your ninja. Keep your distance from
That
enemies.
makes a lot of sense.
Ensure you all
But, wow, this guy's about to kill me again. But what happens sometimes is when you're doing a quest, you get dropped off in a space and you just pick a direction and you go because you see the, because you see the shrine instead of paying attention to the map. Once the map unlocks, you really should, the map will become your friend in terms of guiding you as to what to do next, even if the main quest in the game is sending you somewhere else. I'll show you an example of that when we
Get a hold of yourself.
when we get near the end of this first episode, this prologue episode.
Enemy unleashing a powerful attack is also vulnerable. Use that opening to your advantage and counterattack.
Okay, so see, that's the thing that I need to counterattack, but since he killed me once, I figured, all right, let's stay back from him. But that's not a good thing. So this is not a smart move on my part. Because you're going to be facing yokai like this the entire time. So, you know, you can't just run away from the red attacks. I mean, you can run away from the red attacks, but it'll make your life much more difficult. So, it gives you an opportunity to actually do real damage when you're able to block that. Like I said, in this episode, you're not going to see that. In the next one, you will. So I sort of figured it out. It took me a while. I mean, the controls aren't difficult, but after 3 months of Elden Ring, after 3 months of Crimson Desert, those controls are still locked in my head. So it's going to take me less time than it did for Crimson Desert, because the controls were very different than any game I played. This one, the controls are more normal. It just means I need to unlearn everything I learned from Crimson Desert. So I'd say give me 2, maybe 3 episodes, and I should have it down. Versus the 7 or so episodes it took me to learn all of the Crimson Desert controls, which were unlike any game I'd ever played before. Okay, when the music dies, you know you've made it. All right, we're gonna speak to Hanzo. The fall of Edo Castle.
Still, I sense the yokai lingering here. I'll stay here on my own, but both of you please go ahead.
You won't be able to stop the yokai in that state. Least of all on your own. I will remain here and defend the castle with you. Takechiyo will be fine alone.
Yeah.
Have trust in your lord.
But no.
There is no time to debate the matter.
It's odd. I mean, they're both vying for Shogun, so I'm not sure why
here.
they would separate. Right? I mean, I don't get that part, but okay. Well, he looks just fine. If he's injured, he can certainly still hop around. Gonna kick the ladder down. That's a thing in this game, so you want to find all the ladders that you can kick down, because they will serve as shortcuts. So you want to find them. Otherwise, if you die, then getting back to an area that you've been in might be a little bit of a hassle. Again, it's not as open world as some open world games, but it's open enough that the run backs to some of the areas
the ninja skills you have learned. You stay safe out there, my lord.
Oh, dude, I am
need not journey alone.
totally gonna forget the ninja skills.
I will come with you.
Okay, we're gonna have this guy with us, so we are borrowing Nikomata.
Do not worry about Hanzo.
Escape the
He
castle.
has survived many battles, even without my aid.
Okay, there's our next shrine. This is our equipment for the moment. It won't take long for us to find a whole bunch of other stuff. There's the one Kadama that we have. I guess he's a starter Kadama. He was here when we got to here, so there's no more. They will appear at all of the shrines, by the way. Okay, so right now I am in ninja mode. It's my little ninjutsu fireball. They don't seem to do as much damage as you would think. Wasn't so bad. Okay, we are looking for a well, right? The guy says we need to escape through a well.
That must be the well leading underground.
Okay.
Why don't you dive right in?
Of course, because we have to fight that guy.
Maybe someone wishes to use the yokai to control the world, just like Lord Hideyoshi.
Okay, I'm gonna have to remember these characters. Yoda Oshi is another one. Yeah, the character's pretty nimble in terms of dodging. Yeah, see, the game keeps reminding you to use R2 with those red attacks. We didn't need to use it. He was intimidating looking, but not as bad of an enemy as we thought. Let's jump down the well.
Spirit Stones unleashed a terrible conflict upon this country. We mustn't allow them to be used ever again.
Okay. We used them all through the first and second game.
Create a barrier. Quickly, this way. Lord Kunimatsu. Wait, is that...
Ooh. You know, I had a feeling about this guy. Because he's the one that's vying to be Shogun as well. I guess he wants it so badly that he's willing to side with the yokai. Okay, buddy. Oh no.
It was their honor to die for their lord.
No.
And I saw it through.
Okay, so
Kunimatsu, why?
our two
It is I.
Our two teachers
who
are
will
dead.
Be Shogun.
Okay, yep. So he wants to be Shogun. Now I'm guessing we
I am
can't beat
fit
him.
for the seat of Shogun.
Since apparently he's got powers that haven't been introduced to me yet. And I'm not doing a whole lot of damage.
Your place was only ever in my shadow.
Wow. Dude, really? He's throwing out that little dick energy there. Okay, he killed me. He didn't kill me. Okay.
Let's finish this already.
Yeah, I'm definitely weak compared to this guy. I'm assuming that I'm going to end up facing him later in the game.
Go! Maybe you don't want it enough. What makes a shogun anyway?
He's killing all of my allies.
What? You can't answer? You'll never understand what it means!
Okay. What just happened?
What is this?
I don't know.
Is this
I don't know how I got here.
Kusanagi's power?
Okay, so we completed the fall of Edo Castle. Ceremony. Follow Kusanagi's guidance.
It seems Kusanagi has something to say.
Okay, so this gives us again, the opportunity to choose the particular attire, I guess. For ninja, you get a +1 skill, and for samurai, you get +1 strength. Since we started out as samurai, we're going to go with the skill for ninja. Again, it doesn't really matter because you're going to be picking up attire for both throughout this playthrough.
And drawing out their power.
I mean, it's I'm amazed by how much stuff you get. Okay, you hit the proceed, and then that takes you. Okay, yep, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go with skill. We're gonna find ninja scrolls. We're gonna find other things to level up as the game goes on.
We will have cause to return sometime.
And at least early in the game, it doesn't seem all that difficult to level up. There's just a lot of stuff that you'll find in the first couple of regions of the game. And you're not limited in terms of exploration within those regions. Or provinces, or I'm not quite sure how you would characterize them. When we see the map, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're out of Edo Castle. Which means there should be another shrine coming up soon. Oh. Okay. We have a very tough-looking enemy.
My lord! It seems that Eos has fled.
I've already cut off that cursed escape route.
Shinjin. Not sure how you pronounce his last name.
After him.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm guessing we're going to end up fighting that guy. Wanderer in time.
Those pennants bore the symbol of the Takeda army, but they were defeated long ago. What was that? What a sinister light! Kunimatsu was shrouded in the same glow.
Okay, so I guess these guys are possessed by yokai. So maybe they can be purified? I don't know. Battle of Hirokoto Slope. Alright, so we're going to be escaping this little slope area as we loot. And we have another shrine, and it looks like we can level up. See in the lower right, you see the number sign at the bottom that turned gold. Whenever that's the case, it's telling you can level up. Okay, we must have some equipment that we can equip since it's giving us a hint. And it's telling us that Kusanagi is the spirit that we can summon. Alright, let's go here and pray. We got some battle scrolls. We're not going to replay anything at this point. We're trying to get through the game. But know that you can replay a mission or part of it if you want to, but we're not going to do that. We're going to level up, though, because that's important. We can change our guardian spirit, which we're not going to do. So in terms of leveling up, you see where we start. 5 5/5s, 1 6 with skill, and that was the ninja skill thingy that we got. What I'd like to do is get all of these to 10 or 11 before I start distinguishing them. That is a sort of a pre-soft cap. It's not a soft cap. It's a sort of a pre-soft cap. Once you get beyond 10, you don't gain as much when you increase something. So once you get all of these to 10, that gives you a nice solid foundation. Then you can decide on basically what kind of build you want, and then begin to increase your stats based on the build that you're trying to create. So I'm probably going to end up doing a lot more magic later in the game, but I know that I need heart, I need constitution, I need stamina, strength, all of that other stuff. So what we're going to try to do is get them all to 10 or 11, and then begin to make that distinction between what's what. And by then, I should have better weapon sight, better weapons, better armor, armor with particular stats that actually help me with some of these stats, some of these attributes. You can see how they change over to the right. You can see the kinds of things that are changed by doing this. The other thing is you can respec anytime you want. You don't have to spend any money. You can just go back to one of these shrines and just hit the back or the subtract button next to the particular attribute, and it'll subtract it, and you can add it somewhere else. So they make it very, very easy for you to change those stats. So if you're in a particular section of the game where you want to sort of play as a strength character because you're wielding, some giant cudgel type weapon, you can do that. And then after you complete that area, you can decide, okay, I'm done with that. I want to go with the Kusurigama, or I want to go with the Odachi, or something like that. You can sort of change your stats to match that. So they're making it pretty easy for you to...
That appears to be the Tokugawa banner. It seems we've been whisked away to somewhere else again. I can't make sense of this. Let us continue for now.
Okay, so this could be a different timeline. Okay, so this is a different timeline. When the game starts, we're in 1622 CE at Edo Castle. Now we're at 1572 CE on the slope. So there are going to be a number of time jumps in this game. I'm not quite certain why that is, but we are in a different timeline. So this looks like we're 50 years in the past, which is interesting. So we will solve the mysteries of this area at some point. So yes, you can assassinate by sneaking up behind someone. You have to be crouching when you do it, and you hit triangle. If you just walk up behind them, you won't get the prompt to hit triangle, but you can still obviously get the jump on the enemy. And yes, this is still the prologue. So just in case you're wondering, like, is this still the prologue? I haven't seen a title screen yet. Yeah, it's still the prologue. 48 minutes in, we're still at prologue. Okay, so these are not very difficult enemies. So it's still sort of a, I don't know whether you still want to call it tutorial, but it's allowing you to get XP, which I think makes it a little bit easy to level up when you get to the next shrine. All right, so how do you get up here? So yes, you can double jump. and it does return some of the fan favorites to the game, like the Scampuses, those little cat creatures. So you'll see a few of those. The Kodama we've already mentioned. Oh, and there's a flying one that I don't remember from the previous games. I can't pronounce the name of it. I'll show it to you when we see one. It will bestow a particular kind of blessing, so you definitely want to shoot them out of the sky when you see them. So this is fighting these enemies is what's going to give us Choco Cup. Alright, that means we can summon help. This is giving us a Spirit Stone and some weapons. Nice. Oh, I guess I should pick it up. Let's see. Well, Reg, it only works if you actually pick up the item. And you have the familiarity as well. So this one, I'm already 300 out of 300 because that's the one I started with. If you reach max familiarity, it strengthens the weapon. So when you find a weapon, it's okay to just use that weapon temporarily to make it a familiar weapon for you. So we have a hat, and what you want to do, as you can see, this hat's better than the one I have, so I'm going to switch to it. Give me a little bit better defense against these enemies. Again, early in the game, I don't think it matters. I did not do a pre-order type thing, so I don't have any special gear.
It's unfathomable, but there is no other explanation.
Whatever I have.
This is the warring state period.
Whatever I have are things that I find in the game. Right? I don't have any bonus stuff. Now, you can clear enemy camps. You can clear those crucible thingies throughout the game. When you do things like that, you do get better weapons. So they're basically challenges. If you do them, you are rewarded for doing that kind of stuff. I'll show some of that in the next couple of episodes, not in this one. And then I'll have to decide, how much exploring I want to show versus how much sticking to the progression route. Well, actually, I would show all of sticking to the progression route, is how much extra exploring that I would show. In this case, what we're doing now is fairly linear, right? It's the game is telling us, where do you come from? It's telling us what to do. You wake up, you're on this slope. There are not a lot of places we can explore right now here, so we're just moving forward. Now we have these branching paths. This one's up, and then there's one below. So you can you're opening it up a little bit. But I think this is going to loop around to the same place anyway.
A single arrow to the head will kill most anything.
Nice.
The rear guard will handle this.
You have a bow and arrow. Nice. I love it. It's a long bow. Okay, cool. Let's put it to the test. Before we do that, let's see what's down here. I don't think there's anything down there actually. Yeah, once the map unlocks it makes it a little bit easier for you to sort of figure out where you should navigate, but until it does, it's like, okay, where should I go? you know, does the game want me to come up here, or does the game want me to go down there? Or do these two areas connect? Which is certainly possible. And you can always go back to an area. You can zoom, by the way. You hit R3, I think, and you zoom in on the enemy with the bow and arrow. And you won't always get a kill shot with the bow and arrow. If you see the reticule turn red, totally red, it's generally a kill shot. In this particular case, it's not totally red, but you can still get a kill shot. Yeah, like see that one it wasn't totally red, but I was still able to, like, oh, I missed it. There we go. That one was totally red, but I didn't get the I didn't get the kill shot. So generally speaking, you know, when it's totally red, you get the kill shot. Okay. So we have let's climb up. Take a look. See what we got. Nice. We got some more weapons, some arrows, another longbow. And when you pick them up, it'll give you a sense as to whether it's better than the one you're carrying. I haven't turned on auto pickup loot yet. I will eventually do that. This is an incendiary arrow. Okay. Yeah, these enemies aren't very tough, as you can see. And they don't seem to react to their buddies getting shot with incendiary arrows either. Okay. I'm pretty certain there's got to be a shrine around here somewhere, because we are moving further and further away from the previous one. And the game is pretty liberal with shrines. Until you unlock them, they won't show up until you're close to them on a map. So, like, this isn't much of a map right now, right? Since we don't really have a real map at this point. So you don't see where the where the next shrine is. But once you unlock the map, you'll be able to see certain shrines are locked. That's because you haven't unlocked those shrines yet. But it won't be like all of them on the map will be unlocked. It has to be... You have to be close enough to it for that to be the case. And there are armor sets that will sort of... If you put the armor set on, you'll have the ability to see loot on your map, things like that, or treasure chests on your map. So it's very, very interesting. So it's definitely worth reading the description for the stuff that you find.
There are too many of them. Without reinforcements, we're done for.
Arrows. Oh, don't forget to pick up the money. I totally missed that one. Okay, so we can go left or we can go right. And I'm not sure which way is progression. So we're going to go right. We're going to grab this item.
Do my eyes deceive me? Are those yokai in the enemy ranks?
We're getting a bunch of better gear than what we had. So when we get a chance, we want to equip that. And we're going to activate this shrine. All important. So if we die, we'll end up back at this shrine. We can level up. Again, remember my goal is to get everything to level 10 or 11 and then begin to focus on a particular build style. So we have a ways to go. We have quite a ways to go. So I'm guessing it'll likely be maybe the third region of the game when we hit 10 on all of these. And while it is showing you what weapons are impacted by the level up of the particular stat, again, at this stage of the game, I don't think is all that important. I mean, you do want to get better weapons. So if you pick up a weapon that's a level 32 weapon and the one you have is level 26, go with the 32. So yes, the enemies will respawn when you save. Oh, I was supposed to get the little critical hit there. Yeah, so with the enemies respawning, I guess if there's a plus to that, the plus is, of course, you can get XP all over again. I like to get to that, to the shrine, and then work my way back through the camp, going to any other direction. You know, that way I clear it fully. If I'd fully cleared it and knew that moving in this direction was going to move me through to progression, I probably would do that. But I know there's another area over there because we saw a guy walk that other way. And I decided to take the right instead of the left, and so now I'm working my way back towards the left. I don't have a sense as to... I missed a critical there too. As to what the progression is, right? Although... cornering me here. Alright. Because we know we can go beyond the shrine, because we can see a pathway behind the shrine. But I don't think that's the way we want to go first. I think we want to go in the other direction first. We're going to climb up here and send this guy to the underworld. And we're going to take his arrows. And we're going to take his money. We're going to take out this guy. The other thing is, of course, I want to loot I want to check the buildings to see if there's anything in there. And the reason for doing that is sometimes it's a kodama inside these buildings. Now, you can hear them usually if there's one in there. You can usually make some weird little noise that you can hear. If you don't hear that noise, then it means they're not in there. But you can occasionally find a chest like so. So it's worth exploring any building that you can get into. Some buildings, there's stuff inside, but the door is locked, which means you have to find an alternate way in, or you have to pick up a key from one of the defeated enemies. And sometimes it's as easy as getting onto the roof and dropping in, or something along those lines. I will admit that there are a couple of buildings I couldn't figure out how to get into, and I know there's something in the building because I could see the item in there. I just can't get to it. You'll see that in likely the next episode. Really frustrating. I'm like, how do you get in there? There's got to be a way in. In another case, I dropped in from the roof and was able to get the item and unlock the door. Okay, so we are... Okay, these are the same, so there's no reason to change. This is... Okay, no reason to change that. At some point... Okay, the ninja, there's a lot more stuff. Oh, okay. We have some better weapons. Much better weapons for a ninja. So let's change that. Slightly better. Let's change... I like the headband, though. Let's change that. And let's change that. And there are set bonuses. You can read what the set bonuses are when you... So if you end up getting all 6 parts of a particular set, it gives you a set bonus. I don't really worry about that at this stage of the game. But if you find
peace in this world,
if you find legendary gear or something like that, you definitely want to use the set bonus. And if you explore, you will find stuff like that hidden away. Oh, there's another chest. I ran right past it. And later when you unlock the map, that chest will be on the map. But before you unlock the map, it's not. Okay, so you know, again, don't scream at the content, because I will likely have gone back and gotten that item by the time this video comes out. Mercifully, when you're editing, you get to see all the stuff that you actually miss. You make a little note and you say, okay, I gotta go back to that camp and grab that. It's close to a shrine, so it's pretty easy to grab. We cannot level up at this point. So I don't know why I did this. I guess it's because I'm progressing beyond this point. So we went to the left side. This is the right. We could have come here first, but I wasn't sure which part of this was progression and which part wasn't.
Look! Takeda's forces are moving towards the Tokugawa camp. Is someone still fighting there? We mustn't leave this be. Let's go!
Okay, so we've escaped the slope. You can see how people died. I love that. I always like that about the Nioh games. You know, which gives you a bit of a heads up. Yeah, how did this person die? Oh, this person was beaten to death by a yokai or something like that. The one thing about yokai, or at least these yokai, is that they're pretty slow. So when you're ouch. So when you're playing, you certainly if you're playing as a ninja, it's okay. Just as I was saying, it's easy to dodge. I get hit by that, but they are pretty easy to dodge. Blocking too much because I'm not letting my key build up.
Power. I need more shining stones.
Okay. Here we have an item. Okay, we can call for help, which we're going to do to see how that works. I won't do that all the time. Actually, I don't think you can do that all the time because you need these items in order to do that. I think because we're still in tutorial mode.
Enemy though he is, that antlered warrior is incredible with a spear. Ieyasu doesn't deserve him.
I think because we're still in a tutorial mode, if you die, you don't lose those cups. In real life, once you get beyond this stage, you will lose them. So if you only have 7 and you use them all up, you won't have any more to use. So it's, I would say you probably want to hold on to these for like boss fights or something along those lines. I have 7 of the cups. See, 0 are required. That's why they kept. So this is one that the developers put there. They want you to try it out. Doesn't mean you have to, and doesn't mean you will likely use them over and over again. Because it's free, may as well. Or you can try fighting this guy on your own and then seeing how that works out, and then using that. Okay, that's a badass.
Join, our lord. I will keep them at bay.
Okay.
So long as I hold this spear.
I like your spear.
None shall cross this line.
Interesting. I've used spears in samurai type games before, and they're actually pretty good. But for some reason, I didn't choose that as my starting weapon. I did think about using the Kusarigama, but this version of the Kusarigama is not the same as the one that I used in AC Shadows, so probably not going to keep using it.
The mightiest of Takeda's Crimson Army.
Okay, so this is the boss. This is the tutorial, the true tutorial boss.
The most foolish decision. The pup rears its head.
I'm trying it on my own.
And I will rend it from your very body.
He's gonna trash talk his way through the whole fight, I see. And my little ninja fire things aren't really doing any damage to this guy. Yeah, I don't know whether there's a way to strengthen these. I mean, you can see it did a little chip damage at the end there, but it didn't do much. I don't think I've hit him at all. But there we go. Okay, so he's another relatively slow enemy. Probably don't want to. Yeah, I'm not strong enough to block his attacks without really taking significant damage there. Yeah, no, Samurai's not gonna work as well in this fight, even though he's a samurai. Yeah, I'm noticing Samurai's a little bit slower, but this is the only stance I have. I haven't unlocked. Damn, I haven't unlocked the other stances yet, so I'm sort of stuck with this. So that's the downside of not using the block against that R2 against that red attack, is that, you know, you would get the burst break thingy. Okay, so if you die, you have to pick up your little spirit thingy in there. So we're gonna use this benevolent grave. We're gonna call out this general, this gentleman to help us. We have our spirit animal back.
From your very body.
And these guys, and maybe this is because this is the development, the one from the developers. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he can aggro. He can aggro the enemy. And sometimes you need that to sort of reset and decide how you want to do things. But as you can see, and you can die, by the way. Yeah, he you know, they last a long time, but he is certainly capable of getting killed by this guy.
Heedlessness will be your undoing.
Okay, I'm glad he didn't hit me with that.
I failed.
So when you get the little critical, you can get some damage in. But you, after you do that, you want to back away, because for this guy, when you damage, when you cause that kind of damage, if you stay close to him, he's going to do what he just did. Take his little spear and jam it through my chest and throw me up into the sky, doing massive damage. So if I want to be smart, the goal should be for me to, oh, I'm going to miss the critical attack from too far away. That move right there. Like, damn, dude, really? So what you want to do, or what I'm trying to do, is stay behind the guy, right? Since my guy is in front. Okay, critical. There we go.
The curse of fighting it. But we've only just begun.
Okay, you wanna, like, we have him at halfway, and I got no heals left, so this might not be the run. We'll see. I still have a strong attack that I can do. That didn't take away a whole lot of health. Let's see if we can't set him on fire. Does he? Yeah, I guess he has burn procced on him a little bit. So I guess the smart move would be to hold on to those and then do them all at once, like one after another. And proc.
Befitting that of the Crimson Army. You must summon Kusanagi at once and eliminate them.
Okay, so it wants me to use my... Yep, there we go. Alright. Triangle plus circle. Alright, Kusanagi, you're up. You actually gotta hit the guy, though. Lots of damage, good damage. Okay, and then he does that. Because I got careless and stayed too close to him. Okay, my little ghost partner will probably kill him before I can get over there to do anything. I don't want to get hit again, because if I do, I'm going to die. And I don't want to start this fight all over again. But if I could just get one hit behind him. There we go. No. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, wow. Crimson General stuff. We got some good loot from this guy. Stuff. He's got the whole thing like Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, where you don't get to kill the historical figures, they just stay there breathing hard.
One day, you will stand in Takeda's way.
Okay, so I'm not sure what he meant by that. Unless
Well met.
he was portending the future, I guess.
I'm Honda Tadakatsu, retainer of Tokugawa. And who might you be, warrior?
I'm the next shogun.
Tokugawa Takechiyo?
To think, one with such talent was just sitting idle. A most pleasant surprise.
Okay, I get to borrow his too? Is that how it works?
Takeda Shingen, the peerless tiger of Kai, of the Warring States period, has finally bared his fangs. Yokai have joined with the Red Horde and are mercilessly crushing the Tokugawa army. The fangs are relentless, digging deeper with each bite. The Red Horde's target goes without saying, Lord Ieyasu. Since we were but boys, we have fought countless battles in the name of peace. I will do anything to protect my lord, even if it means forfeiting my own life. Lord Ieyasu's Hamamatsu Castle lies ahead.
Okay. Sorry.
No one pursues us. But you are able to kill yokai. Might you lend us your strength?
Of course.
Well, I wish you a safe journey.
You're on your own, buddy, in this ominous looking place. Okay, so Takeda and Nobunaga are at each other's throats constantly. Again, this is from the history that Luis Freud guy, or Father Luis, was from Assassin's Creed Shadows. I guess it's from history, so it's not from Assassin's Creed Shadows, but
sharing my lord's childhood name is quite the coincidence.
Interesting.
I have been tasked with holding this position until my lord reaches Hamamatsu Castle. Join him and assist him in whatever way possible.
Okay. All right, so it looks like make your way to Hamamatsu Castle. All right, so it looks like now we have the map, possibly, maybe.
Do you remember Tadakatsu? Despite appearances, he's quite good with children. When you were young, you used to pester him to let you ride on his shoulders.
I'm guessing, let's see. Right. Okay, good. I couldn't remember whether you take fall damage. I guess if you fall from high enough, you do, but from these little jumps, I don't guess you get a lot of fall damage. We're gonna just scrounge the area to make sure we're not leaving anything behind before we go up. And I'm pretty certain there's got to be another shrine nearby, since we're in a new area. Nope, we've been over there. That's where we jumped down. I guess the light is our sort of wayfinder in terms of where to go. These little little fire pit thingies. Nioh 3. Here endeth the prologue.
That grotesque creature blotting
so
out
we're
the
still in
sky?
1572.
It resembles the one we saw in Edo. And there's Hamamatsu Castle beside it. I am not fond of the idea, but I suppose we ought to take a closer look.
Okay, so we have a whole new region to explore. We can level up as well. We're going to wrap things up shortly. We're not going to do the whole exploration of this region. But now that we've made it to the real game. Okay. Our equipment. Wow. Crimson General has some pretty impressive stuff. A weapon, of course, I did not even begin to try. I'm not a big fan of axes and stuff like that, so we're going to stick with the weapons, the weapon types that we have. I haven't used the tonfas either. But again, it may be worth trying out each of them so that you can sort of unlock them. And if you find a big one, wow, the Crimson General's bow is freaking awesome. We're definitely going to be using that. And you will meet a vendor that you can sell the stuff that you don't use to. At some point in the future, you'll meet that vendor. Otherwise, you're just going to keep. I think there is a limit in your inventory. It's a fairly significant number of stuff that you can carry in your inventory, but there's no reason to do that. We haven't found crafting or anything like that yet. So it may very well be that you can break down items that you have in your inventory that you're not using, and you can use them to craft things, to upgrade things. I don't know. It might be. But again, we haven't found that vendor yet. He probably is in this region of the game, since we're still early game. Actually, we're at the start of the game, since we just gotten beyond the prologue. And while this is telling us to go to Hamamatsu Castle, which is likely to be the sort of end point in this particular section, we should probably do everything there is to do first before we head to the castle. So that means exploring, doing side quests and all those kinds of things before you even get to that castle. And that's what we're going to be doing. So the castle will be the last thing that we do.
Has been completely engulfed. Are the people inside safe?
Years devoted to honing my skills with the blade, only to die without passing them on.
All right, the samurai locks are what you use to give you samurai points. which allows you to upgrade skills. So as you can see, you have the different weapon types. You have samurai. You also have a ninja page as well. We don't have any ninja points that we can use. We only have one samurai point. So when you click on that, it gets you to this screen, and you can see what you can learn and what's locked. Right. So certain things are locked to us, certain things are not. So you only have one skill. Again, I don't know how important it is at this point, and I'm not sure how many skill points you're going to get throughout the game. So don't rush to use your ninja points or your samurai points. If you want to hold them until you get through this next region of the game, you can do that. I don't think it's going to matter much at this point, unless you end up with sort of an end region boss that you feel like you need a little help for. Then you can sort of add that stuff. But as you explore and as you do other little subquests, you're going to get ninja points, you're going to get samurai points, things like that to use and unlock. So no reason, like I said, no reason to rush through it. You'll get them. There'll be enemy camps that you can clear as well that will get you even better loot and more prizes and things like that. So when you see those pop up on your map, you should definitely do them. It's a little tougher, but it's like you'll get a quest marker that says defeat 5 of 5 enemies in the enemy camp. The biggest one I've seen is 11, but most of them are like 5 or 6 or something like that. So they're not really difficult. Now that you have a bow and arrow, you can snipe half of them before you even walk in to fight. Okay, here's another shrine. We got Tenru River. We can't. Can we level up? Yeah, I guess we can level up. All right, so we can level up. And it shows you what weapon types are affected by your leveling up. Again, doesn't really matter in this instance because I'm trying to get to all 10s or 11s. These are our guardian spirits. We're going to stick with Kurenagi. We're going to stick with him for a while. I think we're going to get some better ones as we move on, and you can upgrade them as well. Again, there's no reason to do that yet because we're still very, very early. And so I'm going to thank you guys for joining me on this first episode, the prologue of Nioh 3. I will see you in episode number 2 of Nioh. This is Reg with PaxAriaGaming thanking you. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you on Tuesdays and Fridays. Take care.